Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Anne and today I'm going to be bringing you reading my Tbr Vets vlog number 3. I'm pretty sure it's 3. Yeah, I think it's 3. It's been a while since I've done this vlog. It's been a while since I've filmed, but I'm very excited to be filming this video. I don't think I'm going to be reading these books exactly as of right now, but I will be getting to them very, very soon. Excuse the Christmas oodie. It's really cold. It's winter here and I need to keep warm somehow, so that's what I'm doing. So if you haven't seen this video before, I'll link my other 2 videos in the description box and up above for you to check out. But basically what we have here is my little pumpkin pot, and what I've done is I've put some of the oldest books on my TBR on my shelves that I haven't read yet into here. I pull them out, I read them and review them and get them off my shelf, whether I like them, whether I DNF them, whatever way to get them read or off my shelf. So let's just pick the books. So I think I'm going to do this as like one at a time, like last time. So let's do a little mix. I honestly, oh, one fell out. I've honestly no idea what is in here anymore. I don't remember, but I have been trying to make my way through my TBR, so some of these might be obsolete from now on, but let's, I don't know what that is. What does that say? Cold granite. Oh, okay. This is, I'll go get it. So this is one that I'm pretty sure I stole from my mother-in-law's and father-in-law's garage that they had. So it is a thriller. Okay, from what I can tell. Oh, it's a police procedural, which I do enjoy. So winter in Aberdeen, murder, mayhem and terrible weather. It's DS Logan McRae's first day back on the job after a year off on the sick, and it couldn't get much worse. 4-year-old David Reed's body is discovered in a ditch, strangled, mutilated and a long time dead, and he's only the first. There's a killer stalking the Granite City and the local media are baying for blood. Soon the dead are piling up in a morgue almost as fast as the snow on the streets, and Logan knows time is running out. More children are going missing, more are going to die. If Logan isn't careful, he could end up joining them. Sounds really interesting, so I might actually see if I can get the audiobook for this so I can listen to it while at work, but if not, I will pick it up soon. It's pretty chunky, but it is a mass paperback, so the words are pretty big on here, and I'm interested. It's been on my shelf for a while now, and I'm interested. It sounds very interesting and I'm excited to get to it, so I'll update you when I've started reading this one. To finally update you on my reading of Cold Granite by Stuart McBride. So I am 310 pages into this. I started this last weekend and it's taken me quite a while to read just because things have been quite busy and I just haven't been feeling in the reading mood. I'm in a little bit of a slump, I think, this month, but I am somewhat enjoying this. I do find that it is quite intriguing what's happening. This one is a lot of children are being hurt in this one and killed, and a lot of children's bodies are turning up, so it is quite gruesome and hard to read at times. But I am finding that our main character, DS Logan, is quite annoying. I feel like, yes, he is in charge of these investigations, but like he is not doing anything to actually investigate them. He is just being fed information from someone else, and that's how he's making progress. And it just seems like he's not actually doing anything. He's more just sitting in his car, talking to people, and he's not really investigating like as much as some of these stories that I do read. I read a lot of crime thrillers, so I watch a lot of so I see a lot of characters in these sort of stories who are actively investigating, actively pulling people in for interviews, actively going to people's places and trying to find information. And I just don't feel like he's doing that in this. He's just kind of, I'm just this DS, like I'm not a sergeant, la la la. The lady is my ex and I'm really annoyed that she's with someone else, but I think I've had sex with someone else while I was drunk. Is she into me? Does she want to have sex again? That sort of thing. And I just don't really like it. I don't like that side of things, but the mystery is intriguing, so I am going to continue reading this. But I do think that maybe I might be able to finish it today if I push through. But yeah, it's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst that I've read. So it probably will be leaning towards maybe a 3-star, depending on how the rest of the story goes. It is quite a long one, but it is a mass paperback, so I guess it's would generally be a average length novel, but because it's in that shorter style of book, it might seem a little bit longer. But yeah, I don't know. It's okay. But yeah, that's my thoughts, and I will update you either when I've got any new thoughts, if anything changes with my feelings of this story, or whatever. Yeah, when I finish it. So I'll update you again at some stage. I finally finished Cold Granite by Stuart McBride, and I'm going to give this 3 stars. Everything that I said in the previous clip stayed true to the end of this novel. I didn't really like our main character here, DS Logan. I found him quite annoying. I found that he wasn't very interested in the crimes that were being committed, and I felt like he was more interested in his relationships with his ex-partner and this new partner that he is quite interested in. I just don't feel like it was really realistic. I've read a lot of crime, as I've already said, and I know I'm expecting more. I want, you know, feet on the ground, interviewing people, looking up stuff on the computer, not just watching him sit there at his desk reading files. I know that is realistic, but also at the same time, it wasn't a fun time. And then he would just like magically understand exactly what happened, even though he's had like no evidence of that, but it comes true. And then all these people turn up and we're like, oh yeah, this is what happened, I'm just coming to tell you the truth here now. Yeah, I just found it to be not great. It's a 3-star read for me, so yeah, it was fine. It's off my shelf now. And yeah, so now it is time to pick book number 2 for this vlog, and I am nervous, so let's grab the pumpkin pot, and it's time to see what my next read is. Let's go with this one. I'm scared. I don't know what it says. 1984 by George Orwell. A classic? Really? Crap. Okay, let me go find this on my shelf and I'll be back. That didn't take me long to find at all, but this is 1984 by George Orwell. It's not as short, it's not as long as I remember it being, but I have a penchant for picking up classics that I'm interested in reading and then leaving them on my shelves and not reading them for ages. Like, these are starting to get yellow spots. They've been actually sitting on my shelf for so long. All I know about this is that it's a dystopian from what I remember, and it's kind of telling the future, and it's very reminiscent of what things look like as of now. So dystopian study of political tyranny, mind control, paranoia, and secret mass surveillance. Set in Oceania, the ultimate totalitarian state, it describes a society tyrannized by a ruling party led by Big Brother. In the furtherance of eradicating all expressions of individuality, people's lives are constantly monitored. Telescreens are everywhere, helicopters hover over buildings, spying through windows, and the thought police are constantly on alert. Despite the threat of severe punishment, outer party member Winston Smith takes a break from his job rewriting history. At home in the one corner of his apartment that is hidden from the telescreen, he sits down to write a diary. That's all I know about it. And yeah, I've read one George Orwell before, and I know this is going to take a little bit more brain power to read this one. So I will update you when I've read something for this. I don't feel like this is the perfect book for me right now because I'm in a bit of a slump. So do I pick another one out of the jar? Put this back in the jar? I never said I couldn't, so maybe I'll just do that and then have to read this another time when it pulls out of the jar again. I think I might do that actually. So let's put this up here and let's pick again because I'm not really in the mood for a classic and I'm just starting to get myself out of a slump. So I do think that it will put me in a bit of a slump if I try and read it. This is the next one. Enchantment of Ravens. I've already read that. Cool. Is that the jar telling me to not pick another one and just read it? Probably, but I'm going to ignore it because no thank you. Ooh, The Diviners by Tbr. So this is a reread for me. But I do need to reread it to continue with this series. It kind of goes against the concept of this, doesn't it? I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do. Okay, you know what? I'm going to put this one back in the jar too because it is a reread and it's a bit of a cheat if it is a reread. So I'm going to pick, and whatever this is, I have to read it. And if it's one I've already read, then I have to read 1984. Alright, that's decided. Angel's Blood. Ooh, this is definitely more up my alley. From what I remember, this is by Nalini Singh, so I need to find it. Yes, so Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh. So I'm pretty sure this is the one that Tori from Tori Between Pages. Yes. This is what she's been screaming about recently. This is definitely an older novel by Nalini Singh, but Nalini is a NZ author, which is really, really cool. Oh my god, the text in this is tiny. Look at, what the hell? But anyway, so this is a paranormal romance, from what I know. Fantasy romance, maybe? Vampire hunter Elena Devereaux knows she's the best, but she doesn't know if she's good enough for this job. Hired by the dangerously beautiful Archangel Raphael, a being so lethal that no mortal wants his attention, only one thing is clear. Failure is not an option, even if the task she's been set is impossible. Because this time, it's not a wayward vamp she has to track. It's an Archangel gone bad. This job will put Elena in the midst of killing spree like no other, and pull her to the razor's edge of passion, even if the hunt doesn't destroy her. Succumbing to Raphael's seductive touch just may, because when archangels play, mortals break. That sounds really interesting. I've been wanting to pick this one up for a while, so I'm very excited to pick this one up and actually read it. So yeah, I will put 1984 and The Diviners back in the jar, and we will update you when I've got an update. For an update on Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh. I am 74 pages in on chapter 10 and I am obsessed with this book. This is so good. I really love Elena. She's a really strong main character. She does not give a fuck. She is powerful, determined. She hunts vampires, and it is great. And she gets then pulled in by Raphael, who's the Archangel. He kind of runs everything in North America, and she has been given this mission. And the sexual tension between these guys is stunning. Like, it is beautiful. Like, there's so many quotes in here. Like, I'm on chapter 10 already, and it's already like, oof, that tension is high. Elena wants nothing to do with him. Like, she has some feelings, she has some bodily reactions, but she is like, nah, he's an archangel, I'm not doing this, I'm not getting involved with him. And he is like trying to lure her in, and he's saying things like, I want to taste, I want to see if you taste as tart as you sound, and all this kind of thing. And it's so good, and I'm so obsessed. I started underlining and like circling things in pencil, but I'm gonna have to go back over it with a pen and actually annotate this book because I'm obsessed. And don't we love that my nails are kind of matching this cover right now? But it's stunning. I also wanted to talk to you about some of the cool packages that I've received, because I haven't done anything about it. I haven't really talked about them much here, and I don't think I've done any unboxings on this channel yet, but I want to talk about my candle. So we've got the Lie candle from the Sons of Echidna, and I also have the Aries candle. I've been burning this one for the past 2 days. It is black cherry and bitter lemon. This is the Lie one, and it is stunning. So this is by the creators of the Son of Echidna, so Athena and Marley, and they make these stunning candles. Aries is maple bourbon, and this is like this really, I don't even know, sweet but masculine kind of scent. And then Lie is just like, it tastes like, it smells like candy or lollies. It's stunning. So yeah, I really love those. And I also got my first bookish box from the Bookish and Spice fantasy romance subscription box, and I just want to show you guys because it is stunning. So the book was called Die For You. I received a pin to go with it, which is stunning. I got a signed book plate, which I'm going to stick in the book. And we also have a bookmark with double-sided, and in this it says, I crave him, all of him, and this is stunning. And then we have the hardback special edition. Guys, this is the most beautiful book I have ever owned. And then the naked hardcover. It's just stunning. We also have beautiful end pages, and I'm obsessed. So yeah, I just thought I'd jump on here and show you that. And we also have the reverse dust jacket, which is more of an illustrated cover. But honestly, if I'm being honest, I love this one. So I'm going to keep that on for show. I'm so scared to be touching this book at the moment, but I'm so excited to read about this. But yeah, I'm very excited to be part of this subscription. I paid for it myself. It's not gifted or anything, but I just wanted, oh, there's blood spatter on it, that's cool. Yeah, I just wanted to show you, this is a vampire romance. A human searching for a sister, a grumpy vampire bodyguard in charge of keeping her alive, and a malicious creature hunting them down. What could go wrong? That's just it. It's perfect. And I am obsessed with this. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you some of the cool bookish merch that I've recently received. And I am going to continue reading this because I'm obsessed. This is definitely going to be a very high rating for me, and I'm very excited. Alright, ignore the HUD. I'll turn my light on so it doesn't look as dark. Ignore the Christmas Oodie. It is an Oodie. It is cold. It is winter here in New Zealand, and I need warmth because I'm a cold person. But we are here to check in with the Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh. I am now 210 pages in, and I'm still obsessed with this book. I love it so much. I love the dynamic between Raphael and Elena. It is so interesting. It is so tension filled. It is amazing. I love that although they're attracted to each other, they still kind of like have this push and pull effect against each other, and I'm just so obsessed. Elena is a badass. There's a certain scene where she comes face to face with this vampire, and she just like, I don't want to spoil anything, but she does something and I was like, oh damn, like she ain't playing. She's not playing, honestly. I love it so much. Raphael is amazing. I really love the way that Nalini Singh has kind of portrayed archangels in this, or angels in general. They are kind of the rulers of this world, and they are ruthless. Like, they don't mess around, and the angels in this actually create the vampires. Now, Raphael has hired Elena to hunt someone down for him who is doing some bad stuff, and we've kind of gotten to a point now where we're seeing what this person is doing, and it is gruesome. So do be aware going into this that it can be a little bit gruesome. The tension is up here. I'm very intrigued. I just really love it. And dotted throughout the book is an actual short POV from the person that this Elena is hunting. And yeah, I'm just so happy. I really like the friends Elena has. I really like Raphael. I like Elena as a character. She is the stabby female character, like main character, and I love her. And I just want to devour this book and then continue with the series, because I do have book 2 and book 3 here, so I may pick those up because it will get those off my TBR as well. But I'm having such a great time, and I just want to go and read, so that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening. I'm just going to read this book and probably finish it, and then I'll come to you with a rating or whatever. But yeah, I love it. Before I go, I love some of the stuff that Raphael says. He's like, don't fail, Elena. His eyes were mild, but his smile, it spoke of things better not said aloud. You intrigue me. I'd hate to have to punish you. And it's like, ooh. And he's just, I love it. I love it. And it like, you shouldn't look at me in that fashion, Elena. Why? She asked, prodding by some heretofore unknown suicidal streak. Scared, he leaned a fraction closer. My lovers have always been warrior women. Strength intrigued me. She refused to let him play with her like this, even if her body disagreed, vehemently. Do knives intrigue you too? Please touch me, and I will cut you up. I don't care if you throw me off the nearest balcony. Like, just their dynamic is just amazing. Like, he will say something like that, and she's like, on the inside she's melting, but she's like, don't forget I've got a knife and I will stab you. I just love it so much. Anyway, I'm gonna go and continue reading, and I'm very excited to keep going. 5 stars. Absolutely 5 stars. I am obsessed. I love this so much. I've flown through this. I was reading for the last half hour or so, and I am in love with this book. It is so good. It took such a turn that I wasn't expecting. It was action-packed, sassy, funny, and I really love the relationship between Elena and Raphael. It's just so beautiful. I love watching them grow together, and it was just so good. I can't even talk about it because I don't want to spoil anything, but it goes in so many different directions, and I am obsessed. I love this so much, and I want to pick up book 2 like immediately, but I can't do that. So 5 stars, absolutely obsessed, love it so much. Now it's time to pick out my next book from the jar. So let me grab the jar and then we'll get into it. Alright. I've got it, and it's time to pick my next book, and I'm very scared because to get Angel's Blood out of this jar took me so long. So, oh, excuse me, I'm very tired. It's been a long week. Let's go with this one. No idea what this is. No, absolutely not. Great North Road by Peter Hamilton. This is like a 1,000-page book. No. Absolutely not. Like, that's not happening. I can't. I do not have the brain function for that right now. So, go with this one. I'm so tired. Like, there's no way that I can do that. I think it's upside down. Whispers Through the Megaphone. I think this is contemporary. Let me go get it, and then we will go from there. Finally found it. That took me way longer than it was supposed to. But we have Whispers Through the Megaphone by Rachel Elliott, and I know that this is an ARC copy that I found at the charity shop many years ago. Sounded interesting. So, Miriam hasn't left the house in 3 years and cannot raise her voice above a whisper. But today she has had enough and is finally ready to rejoin the outside world. Meanwhile, Ralph has made the mistake of opening a closet door, only to discover with a shock that his wife Sadie doesn't love him and never has, and so he decides to run away. Miriam and Ralph's chance meeting in a wood during stormy weather marks the beginning of an amusing restorative friendship, while Sadie takes a break from Twitter to embark on an intriguing adventure of her own. As their collective story unfolds, each of them seeks to better understand the objects of their affection and their own hearts, timidly refusing to stand still and accept the chaos life throws at them. So, filled with wit and sparkling prose, Whispers Through a Megaphone explores our attempts to connect with ourselves and others in an often deafening world, when sometimes all we need is a bit of silence. I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to go. We will see, and I will update you with my thoughts. Have I just spent 3 hours at the gym? Yes. Yes, I have. But I'm home now, and it is time for me to update you on Whispers Through a Megaphone by Rachel Elliott. I am 92 pages in, and I am very confused. I don't know if I like this. Like I said already, this is like a contemporary where we're following our two main characters, Ralph, who is unhappy in his marriage, who has kind of figured out something about his wife that makes him walk out. And then we're also following Miriam. She hasn't left her house in 3 years after something has happened, but we don't know what that is. And she is a very anxious person. Everything scares her. She's very paranoid, and she's figuring out that and deciding that now is the time for her to leave her house. So while we're following these two, at the moment they haven't met yet, because that is in the back of in the synopsis. They actually meet, but where I am right now, they haven't met, and I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. It's strange. I feel like the writing is very it like jumps paragraphs. Like 1 minute we'll be doing something, the next minute there's something else is happening, and it's just very, it doesn't flow well. And there's some strange scenes in here, like we're learning about her mother being very unwell. Her mother isn't around anymore, but her mother was very unwell and ends up at a certain scene, and then something else happens, and it made me feel very uncomfortable because it was quite predatory behavior. And I don't know, I don't know how I feel. It is quite short. It is only 327 pages, so I'm already like almost a third of the way in, so I may as well just carry on reading. But I don't think I like it. I really don't think I like it. Sadie, Ralph's wife, in this is the epitome of like the worst person I've ever met in my life. She is so rude. She it's just not, she doesn't pay attention to her husband, she doesn't pay attention to her kids. She kind of bullies one of her children because he is quite quiet and he is a little bit more reserved. And she's like, look at your brother, look at your twin, like he is happy all the time, why can't you be like him, and all that sort of thing. And yeah, I don't think I like it. But we'll carry on reading and we will see where we go with this one. But who knows, we shall see. Maybe I should have picked up Grace North Road. But let me pull it out and actually show you how big that book is and why I didn't choose it. But let me just grab it. There was no way, like literally no way that I was going to read this. It is 1087 pages. Like, absolutely not. I wasn't going to be reading this. Like, there's no way I was reading this in this vlog. Because I'm trying to get this vlog up in a timely manner and not spend weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks reading books. So, but I have decided that maybe in my next one there will be a couple of rules that I put into place for this exact reason. So I was thinking for the next one, if I pull out a book and I decide to veto it and not read it and put it back in the jar, if I pull out another one and I decide that I don't want to read that one, I have to choose between the book that I've already put back in the jar or the book that I've just pulled out. I can only veto one book in this vlog because I think I've vetoed like 3 in this one. But yeah, I will update you when I've read some more and we will see where this vlog takes us. So yesterday I finished Whispers Through a Megaphone by Rachel Elliott. I've just put it through Coldpile and it's gotten a 2-star read from me. I didn't like this. I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the atmosphere. I didn't like the writing. It felt very blocky and choppy, and it just jumped through a lot of different things. Within one chapter it would jump timelines multiple times, and I just found it a little bit confusing as to where we were. Did not like any of the characters in here. Didn't really like the representation of mental health within this one either, if I'm being honest, and it just wasn't for me. So I'm just glad that I got this off the shelf, and this is a 2-star and I'm going to be unhauling this. And I don't really have anything else to say about it. Quite forgettable. Definitely won't be remembering this one. So that is the last book that I've read for this vlog. So I've given this one 2 stars. I give Cold Granite 3 stars, which is the crime thriller of this one. And then the best one out of this, Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh, was a 5-star read for me. I really enjoyed this, had a great time with it, and I'm definitely going to be continuing with this series, and I'm very happy to have picked this out of the jar. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a like. Comment down below if you've read any of these books or if any of these books interest you. And subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Bye!